All right, welcome to week 4, not day 2, day 3. It has been a wonderful experience, not just with this math session over the summer, but just working with every single one of you throughout the school year as well. I wish you all the best of luck. Don't hesitate to come and ask me math questions for years to come. When you get to calculus, that might be a little above my level, but I'll help you out anyways. I'll try to help it out. You can YouTube anything, so I would be happy to help you out. I'm always here for you, so don't hesitate to reach out to me. Knock on my door if you know where I live. I'd be happy to help you out in any way I can. That's what I'm here for. All right, so let's go ahead and go over yesterday's exit ticket. 4 1/4 minus 1 2/4. So to do that, I need to break up one of my wholes into fourths because I can't take away this numerator from the first numerator. Can't take away 2 from 1. I'm going to break up this into fourths. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fourths. And I have 1, 2, 3 wholes. And therefore I can take away 1 2/4 from it by taking away 2 numerators. 1, 2, left with 3 fourths, and then take away 1 whole number from 3 gives you 2 whole numbers left. So 2 3/4 hopefully was the answer you came up with. All right, so here we go. Yeah, I had to make today a little bit more challenging because we're doing the same exact stuff as we did yesterday. But before we do any of that, we have to find a common denominator first. Okay? But I did try to make it a little easier. We're not going to do as many problems today. Okay? So you're welcome. My little gift to you. So 9 2/6 minus 6 3/5. So for starters, I'm going to find a common denominator and then find the equivalent fractions of them. Okay? So 6 and 5 is what I'm working with. So I'm going to make my little chart here with 6s and 5s. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Hopefully, maybe by now, you've been doing this so much, hopefully you've been doing it, that you actually can pick up on the common denominator being 30. Because we've done it a lot. We've worked with 6 and 5 quite a bit. So now I'm going to change 9 and 2/6. Don't forget about that 9 into an equivalent fraction. The 9 comes with it. That has 30 as the denominator. And I'm going to change 6 and 3/5 into an equivalent fraction. Technically, it's an equivalent mixed number where 30 is the denominator. So how many 6s did it take to go and get to 30? 5 of them. So I'm going to do 2 times 5 as well to get 10. So now I have 9 and 10/30. Okay. And then I'm going to have 6 and 3/5. Well, how many 5s did it take me to get to 30? 6 of them. I have to do 3 times 6. And that'll give me 18. Well, now I'm taking 9 and 10/30 minus 6 and 18/30. Can I take 18 away from 10? No. So I need to, that's my next step. I need to regroup the 9 and 10/30. Oh, man, wow, I gotta change the 30 into I gotta break up 9 into 30 little pieces. Think about that. You can do that. You can draw it out if you want. Or hopefully, maybe after yesterday's practice, you've recognized that 9 is going to become an 8. Because you're going to have one whole that's a 30 over 30. And then you're also going to have the original 10/30ths now. So combine those two together, okay, is going to give you 40/30ths. So you'll actually have 8 and 40/30ths. 8 and 40/30ths. Now I can solve 8 and 40/30ths minus 6 and 18/30ths. Now here is where some mistakes start to happen. You've gotten this far, but you end up making a subtraction mistake. Oh, really? Can't stand when that happens. So I would make sure to check myself twice. And when you subtract 40 minus 18, you do it correctly to get 22. So the numerator becomes 22. You keep with the denominator of 30, and you take 6 away from 8 to give you 2. 2 and 22/30ths. I'm okay if you stop there for today. That's a lot to handle. A lot. But if you're like, well, that was easy. I could do this problem without a problem, Mr. President. This is a piece of cake. Then the next step, should you be challenging yourself, would be to reduce it. What number goes into both 22 and 30? Well, they're both even, so let's pick our quickest, easiest number to go by, which is 2. 22 divided by 2 will give you an 11. 30 divided by 2 will give you 15. Take the 2, don't forget it. Some people will write the answer of 11/15 and think they're done because they forgot about their whole number, the 2. So 2 and 11/15 would be the reduced mixed number here. All right, if that's all confusing to you, go back, hit the pause button, go back, and try to slow down the process of what I just did there till you understand every single step before moving on. If you get what I did there, let's move on to number 2. And have you give it a try. 5 and 1/4 minus 4 and 2/3. Hit the pause button to solve, please. Okay, so I've stopped at step 3 because I want to see if you've gotten this part at least correct. So you found the common denominator of 12, hopefully. You then changed your mixed numbers into equivalent mixed numbers. So 5 and 1/4 hopefully became 5 and 3/12. 4 and 2/3 hopefully became 4 and 8/12. Now I don't need this 4 and 8/12 until the end. So I'm going to bring that guy down here for step 3, 4 and 8/12. My step 2 is now breaking apart the 5 and 3/12. I used to call it part whole. Remember that? So that whole number, that 5 like we did yesterday, needs to be pulled apart. So you have a 4, and then you have another part that's broken into 12 parts. One of those wholes of the 5 become into 12s. Right? Because the denominator is 12. So now I'm going to add 12 as my numerator here plus my numerator of 3 to give me 15/12. My whole number is 4, so now I have 4 15/12. So think about that again. I broke up with the 5 to become 4 and 12/12. Remember 12/12 means 1? So 4 plus 1 equals 5. Part, whole. Now I broke this up because I need to add it to my fraction of 3/12. Then I end up getting 4 and 15/12. 4 and 15/12 minus 4 and 8/12 gives you 4 minus 4 equals 0. So there's no whole numbers. 15 minus 8 gives you 7. And your denominator is 12. So 7 and 7/12 is your answer. If you're not sure how I did that, go back, break it up, slow me down. Slow me down. So you can see every step of the way what I did and why I did it. And then move on to number 3. 7 and 1/6 minus 1 and 1/4. Go ahead. If you don't understand how you're doing this, please go back to the previous problems. If you don't understand it today and you're like, oh, it's summer, I don't want to worry about it, it's only going to make 6th grade that much harder for you. Okay? Take the time now. I know, slow and steady wins the race. That's like always go back to the turtle, right? Turtle. This is you slow and steady. Slowly taking the time right now to learn how to do this so that you know how to do it in the future in 6th grade. So go ahead, either go back to the previous problems or go ahead and try attempting to solve this problem. Hit the pause button to do that now, please. All right, so hopefully you found the equivalent fraction to be 12 in solving this. And you converted 7 and 1/6 to become 7 and 2/12. Don't forget that whole number. That's why I drew an arrow over there, just to remind myself not to forget it. And 1 and 1/4 becomes 1 and 3/12. Hopefully by now we are good at making those equivalent fractions. So I'm going to bring that 1 and 3/12 down to step 3. So I don't need it right now in step 2. Okay? Well, what I do need to do in step 2 is I need to break apart the 7 and 2/12 because I can't take 3 away from 2. So I need to break into that 7. What's my denominator going to be in doing that? Well, first off, 6 will be my whole number. What's my denominator going to be? So I need to break up the 7 to 6 and something so I can add it to the 2/12. Then I can take away the 3. So my denominator is 12, so I'm going to use that. 12/12, right? Like we did over here. Just so happened the same denominator, 12. So 6 plus 12/12 equals 7 because 12/12 is 1. Now I can go ahead and add this 12/12 to 2/12. Keep my whole number of 6. 12 plus 2 equals 14. So 14 over 12. It's improper, but it's now something I can use to take away the 3 from. So 6 and 14/12 minus 1 and 3/12. So take away 3 from 14 equals 11/12. Take away 1 from 6 is 5. 5 and 11/12. Hardest problem we've done so far this whole entire, I think it's the hardest the whole entire summer. Go back, practice it, understand it. Practice makes permanent. All right, so with that being said, I'd like you to go ahead, either A, go back over these previous problems till you feel more confident, or B, move on to the exit ticket. Now I'm going to have a separate video where I'll record the answer to the exit ticket in case you got it wrong and you don't know why. If you get it right, which a Google form will tell you whether you got it right or wrong, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to hearing from you guys in the future. If you need anything, let me know. Have a great rest of your summer. Bye now.